So as far as what I'm watching right now, I'm trying to get caught up on this show called Speechless, which I absolutely love. Which is funny because I was never a huge fan of Minnie Driver, and she's the star of it. But she does a really good job in this, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's written really well. It's super funny. The kids are, I think, high school age, maybe middle school age. So probably for kids around that age and up, it's okay for. What I really like about it is it's about a family that's not rich or anything like that. They're probably middle to lower class, um, but they have a child that doesn't speak. So he's in a wheelchair and he uses a laser pointer on it that's fixed to his head, and a little pad that helps him to basically he points to the letters of the words, and then he'll have somebody with him to read along. So it's a really great concept. I remember back even like growing up, there wasn't a lot of special needs children in television. I think Life Goes On might have been it, which that was an amazing show. And I know that I was very fortunate because I was in a lot of schools where special needs were mainstreamed. So I think Castro Elementary was the first elementary school that I went to where it was a huge thing that there was a mainstream education program. The special needs children had their own classes, but then there were times when they were mixed in with the non-special needs children. So, it was really cool how that all worked out. I remember it being a little bit odd and me not knowing exactly how to deal with it back then, but I know that was definitely a really cool thing and very cutting edge, and that same program kind of went with me through middle school as well. So it was neat to see how that continued on. But I'm getting back to Speechless. Great cast, great acting, great story. It's really funny. It's written really well. I enjoy it. I'm still entertained by it now. Um, Again, it's really great to see stuff like that. You'll also see other TV shows out there with special needs kids in it, like Glee, which probably isn't for all ages, but you get to see somebody with special needs has a pretty big role in that show, and they were super hilarious and did a great job in that. And I'm not sure if that's the same girl that was in the American Horror Story series as well, because that was, Ryan Murphy too. But again, great job, and it's just great to see that there's opportunities that are out there. And then another one of my favorite shows, Switched at Birth, which just finished this season. Like, it's completely over, and that just threw me for a loop. That's a great show. Obviously, you want your kids probably to be middle school, high school age, because it deals with a lot of really tough issues. Like, this last season was all about racism, and it was pretty rough. And ones before that, tackled a lot of stuff, from rape and drinking and drugs and going to jail and doing stuff that's illegal. So even though it's a cute show, has a great cast, and it seems very family friendly, a lot of the storyline is the stuff that you have to be careful of. But Leah Thompson, love her. The dad that's in it, has been in a million things. And then obviously the main characters, you've got one of the kids from High School Musical is in it, and then the two main siblings, the two sisters, um, just really really great. What's really cool about it is, one of the sisters is deaf and then one isn't. So there's a lot of sign language that's done, and there's some episodes that are done completely with no verbal communication at all, which was super awesome. Then there was also one where the two girls were switched. So the girl that is actually deaf was not deaf anymore, and then the other one wasn't. So it's cool dynamic to see those kind of things, and them taking liberties with the creativity of the show. So I definitely suggest that. That's on Netflix right now. All the other stuff that I talked about, except for I don't know about Life Goes On, everything else is on Hulu Plus that I watch it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell about Switch at Birth, because it was such a great show. Um, yeah, really cool to see how you have deaf kids that don't use their voice at all, and then some that do, and then some that do not, that don't use their voices, except for in times of extreme intensity when it'll come out, and it's really interesting and cool to see that. So definitely check out any of those shows; they're great.